So you don't get the sound, no. Hi, I'm Christine, this is Martin, we are from Linz, we are both dramaturgs. I'm from the young theater department, he's from the musical department, and we're teaming up because of this production, which is First Love, and it will be our third production in April. And we teamed up because there will be actually 3 of our 5 departments working together to bring that to life. It's directed by Martin Philipp, who's both doing opera direction and young theater direction and everything else too. And Nele Neitzke has been working with him on the plot because we wanted to do an adaptation of the Midsummer Night's Dream. Anyone here not familiar with William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream? Okay, well, I'll tell you everything at dinner, not now. So, you know, there are the couples, there are the fairies, and then there are the workers, the working class people that are doing theater. And they decided to, well, let's do all these class things somewhere else and put them in an actual school class or in a school room. And all these figures are now not from different areas of the world and fantasy, but of the class system and fantasy, but they are all school kids. So we have the 2 couples, we have Hermia, Helena, Lysander and Demetrius, and Titania and Oberon, and they are all school kids. And one of the couples is going to be the actors from our department, then another couple are going to be the singers, and we haven't really decided yet how we want to mix them up. Martin and you will find out. And then we have the dancers who will be Titania and Oberon, and they will all play together, and the plan is that they also, everyone is doing also a bit of everything else, so they kind of learn from each other, but it's an experiment of how we can work together coming from 3 different departments. There will be a band, so there will be live music, and then there is another actor as next who is not a school kid, but actually Puck in disguise as the school Hausmeister, janitor. Now my brain just right. The school janitor, and he's watching them, and they have done something wrong, and they are all in detention. Detention is the word I'm looking for. So all in detention and have to do a play, and then they take the story of Priamus and Thisbe, which you know from the play, which are usually the working class people that are trying to do theater, which is very funny because amateur theater, and you have to figure it out. You don't really know yet what the play is about, and they just start rehearsing. Then Puck sees that and say, okay, this is supposed to be a love story, but they don't act like they actually know love. And then Puck does his magic, and suddenly they are transported into the Midsummer Night's Dream space, into the woods, and somehow magic is involved, and people fall in love with each other in other ways than they anticipated before, and the whole chaos starts, and there are lots of love compliments and lots of running away. So, and at one point, probably everyone is going to be an ass. That's how we plan it. We're still in I think, stage 2 of the drafting, but you see, it's more or less Shakespeare compressed in 7 characters. And of course, there will be a conclusion. Everyone will wake up out of the magic at one point, and then the question is who is going to be with whom. What is the solution of that? Probably not originally Shakespearean, but we'll see. Since already Björn, I think, said that sometimes it's more interesting or it's it's very pure to see rehearsals, and there's always change. And when you have a final performance, everything is set in stone. And sometimes it's so nice to see in how theater works. And this is also, I think, the appeal of this theater scene, that you have a theater scene in the theater and you can watch them rehearse, which of course is also made very funny. And at that point we thought, okay, with the app that is Martin now going to present to you, we want to have the people get a bit, not really outside the theater, but maybe more inside the theater than they usually can. So I'm just handing over to you now.
Thank you. So with the app, or actually a web-based solution that we might aim for or want to aim for, it's a sort of QR scanner that is able to scan QR codes that we will, or hopefully the idea is to put them outside the theater so people can scan it, and that will be able to scan structures. So, meaning that when you scan a structure like the facade of the theater, it opens up a digital space, which is supposed to be, I don't know, maybe, I do know, there are ideas, the workshops, rehearsal rooms, so people get an idea of what is happening in the theater in order to put up a play on stage. There will be many spots where you can photograph or scan the facade or whatever structure there is, or we define that there is to scan, like for instance the stage as well. That's what we'll be using for. So the digital space is, we don't know now if it will be a 3D copy of it or a filmed 3D filmed digital space, but we'll find out within the process. So you have some examples here, so what it would look like. Alexander here on the top right is actually an idea that was that we were spitballing. Some sort of program notes. Then when you scan a QR code, the character itself becomes alive and tells his background story, where he's coming from, what he's doing, what his intentions are. So in this way, he's actually reciting Puck. And yeah, that's basically the app, because we want to make the public curious for what is actually happening behind the walls. So on a long-term scale, we want to use it as well, so that the QR codes or the places that you can scan can be extended for other plays, or even like this is especially for Schauspielhaus, for where we are doing the acts. We can do that for the music theater as well, so that we are able to expand it. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. There's no time for that. Thank you.